Welcome back, everybody, to the LCS Challengers League, presented to you by Subway. We are here for our second series of the night between FlyQuest Challengers and Supernova. Beatdown, this is going to be a very exciting one. FlyQuest have a chance to get themselves back into that first place spot after Maryville took it away from them yesterday.
Right, because FlyQuest have 2 series left for the split. They play today, of course, against Supernova, and they play tomorrow against Mirage Alliance. And I mean, you can probably guess how that one will go. So it's really, to me, about FlyQuest, how they're going to be able to beat Supernova, our third-place team, a team who have really grown a lot throughout the split.
Yeah, I mean, a team full of players that are both a nice mix of experience and some youth. You know, Shochi and Faisal both coming from really, really strong seasons last year and continuing to deliver. And then you have Kenvi, Array, and Diamond, who are a little bit more experienced. And Supernova at 6-2 have locked themselves into at least third place in the NACL. So their only option is potentially firing a little bit upwards and taking down FlyQuest here, hoping that somehow, some way, Mirage Alliance beat FlyQuest in the last game of the season. That is kind of their only path right now, but you know, if anything, this is just good practice for them, getting to warm up against one of the best teams in the league before playoffs kick off.
Even so, I'm betting that Supernova are really excited about this one. Shochi told me a couple of weeks ago that he's happy that they got to face this team at the end of the split because he really says they've been growing a lot as a team. And, you know, at the end, now that they're done scaling, and now they're going to be able to show what they've got.
Yeah, well, we'll see how much scaling they've actually ended up doing. They have, you know, they struggled a little bit against Fear, but then had a nice series against Wildcard yesterday. This will be their final series of the entire regular season. We're breezing through this draft here, B. It feels good after vamping so long to start off the show. We got some Smolder action here, as well as the Karma for FlyQuest, which has been a very heavily contested pick. I
was going to say, the Karma Zin going through is pretty crazy to me. Something we talked about in the last series was Smolder needing champions that can bridging champions to get him through the early mid game while he is stacking. So of course Sajed is going to be playing that one, and his mid jungle are going to have a pretty easy time running the early to mid game, as this is a very strong combination coming through. You see the Talia as well, which is likely going over to Shochi, could be going into Kenvi, and if the Vi gets through, maybe you can get some kind of really strong mid jungle 2v2, but this is looking good for FlyQuest so far.
Yeah, they have some late game tools and some early game tools, and a little mix of both is what we hope to see in a well-rounded composition. We have Rel taken away here in the second phase. Interestingly to note, we have the Talia locked in here for Supernova as well. We know that that can definitely be flexed around, as Kenvi also somebody who's very comfortable on that champion.
100%. And now we're seeing some more targeted bans towards Kenvi. I mean, we saw the Kindred in that first rotation. Now the Graves is also gone, something he played very recently with some great success.
Yep.
And I'm interested to see how this one is going to round out. I'm expecting Faisal to get a last pick, but he's also a player who we know is pretty comfortable blinding, is very flexible, is fine to play the safer top lane champions. So I'm wondering if they want to hold that flex till the very last moment.
We'll see. It could be an interesting way to, you know, save some, mystery for what Shochi potentially could play. If you leave that Talia kind of up for interpretation, we'll see what the bans are. It looks like it will be FlyQuest just focusing out junglers to make sure Kenvi doesn't get his hands on 2 champions he is very comfortable on. We'll see what Supernova decide to select here on Ford. LeBlanc would be a very interesting option into the Smolder, but instead, it'll be the Viego locked in, sending that Talia mid.
All right, so it is going to be Talia mid, as you said, and we're going to leave that last pick there for Faisal on the top side. I mean, at this point, I'm looking just for more CC, something a little tankier. If Faisal plays something like the Gragas, we could see the Ornn come through. You're playing into the Renekton anyway, so you're not exactly going to be getting pushed, so I'm kind of expecting Faisal to go the tank route.
Yeah, would not be surprised to say the least. I know Cassante is a champion that he's very familiar on, at least especially over these last couple of splits. Last pick here, potentially for Chime. Maybe Quad ends up taking the Karma into the mid lane. So yeah, that would probably make the most sense. I think FlyQuest in need of a little bit more engage, and Chime is going to get them that here with this final lock-in.
Yeah, so you have a lot of champions for the side of FlyQuest. Like in that early to mid game, you can get a lot done. Chime doesn't always have to be with Sajed in the bottom lane. He can sync up with Quad. He can sync up with Shaden and make plays on other parts of the map here. And that's kind of what I'm expecting him to do. Rakan is a little squishy, though. And when you're playing against something like a Viego, something I always think about is, what is your time to kill? If it's low, you can blow somebody up. You can get to resetting, and you can be in a really good position to win out team fights. And with the Gragas coming through, I mean, that's a great way for Faisal to be able to break up fights with that exploding cask, to isolate members, to help assist in that burst damage so Kenvi can carry.
You mentioned in the first game of the last series that we had, finding opportunities for Taliyah to combo her crowd control with, some easy point and click CC, and Supernova have delivered in that regard with both the stun coming out from Kenvi, Faisal with some CC with the body slam, and even Array and Diamond contributing as well. So in terms of finding picks, finding those opportunities, getting that first reset for Kenvi, a lot of tools are available for Supernova.
Yeah, 100%. So it's just going to be about how this early game goes. Again, still, Shade and Quad have a lot of power with this really strong duo. Surdy is going to be able to get Prio. So my eyes are on Shaden and what he is going to be able to get done with that in these early minutes and how Supernova respond.
Look pretty good. FlyQuest, best team. At least a lot of people think they're the best team in
they're
the Challengers League right now.
You could say it. It's okay.
Maryville have more wins. I want to shout out my CeeLo boys at least for a little bit. But FlyQuest, they can match them and potentially pass them over the next two series that they have. It's FlyQuest against Supernova. We're on to the Rift for Game 1.
Supernova, again, Shochi talking about giving a shout out to their coach, actually, ZZ, formerly ZZ Legendary. Worked on a couple of academy teams back in the day, saying how much he's helped him develop as a player. I mean, Shochi had a good year on Cincinnati Fear and grew a lot. And he talked about how ZZ was able to help him kind of get to that next level. So he has a lot of respect for the coach. He says he's done a lot for him and the rest of the team. He shouts out people like Diamond, Kenvi as well, these more experienced players that he's gotten to play with throughout this split. And I think Shochi has looked good as a result of it. So I'm also excited to see the scaling that he's kind of got me excited about going into this series now. They're playing against FlyQuest, 7-0, undefeated. He's playing against Quad, who Shochi himself has said, yeah, he's the best player in the league.
Yeah, and a very good opportunity here in this matchup, Taliyah versus Karma. And, I feel like a lot of people have been saying, oh, there's this big top two of FlyQuest and Maryville. And some people maybe leaving out Supernova a little bit from those conversations. They have a good chance to prove themselves if they put up a competitive series against FlyQuest. Maryville went the distance against them. We'll see if Supernova can do the same, solidify themselves right in the mix with with the top three.
And of course, you guys in chat, you can see on the bottom of your screen, go ahead and vote on who you think has got this one. FlyC for FlyQuest, SN for Supernova. The purple fans are out in full force. Where the FlyQuest love, guys? What's going on? Do we hate them?
Make sure to it looks like chat. Maybe not the biggest fans. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that ends up going. Make sure to keep typing away if you're a FlyQuest fan. I know there's a lot of you out there.
Surely.
As we saw earlier, as we were talking about that, Quad actually got a really good trade onto Shochi, so already forced pretty low. You see in the bottom lane, things going well for Supernova though, as a Rain Diamond hit level 2. And you get a nice trade, forcing Chime to use the battle dance.
Yeah, this bot lane, there's going to be some trading, but the actual kill pressure, we're probably not going to see any of that in this laning phase. We've seen a lot in various Tier 1 regions that we see the exchange of the Senna Smolder, and we're just like handshaking so that we can scale into that mid to late game. Even now, Kenvi is here. I'd be amazed if they actually try to dive this.
There's no way. It's so hard to pull this off.
They're trying to force
Jed's still at full HP. I mean, there's a big wave under turret.
Yeah, maybe it actually works.
Here comes Kenvi.
Oh, they simply
full
don't
wave
know.
Now under. Who's going to pull the trigger first? To try to burn at least a couple of summoner spells. They're locking down Chime. He has to flash away. Kenvi to follow.
They got him.
And a beautifully executed dive gives Supernova first blood. They're looking for more. So Jed still has his flash, and it looks like they're just going to be able to walk away after getting that first kill.
They're happy with the first kill. They're happy with the turret plate, and a great start here for Supernova from Kenvi. I mean, we're just going to go ahead and watch it again. Diamond and Array getting Chime and Sajed spaced off the wave, and it's just a good chain of CC to guarantee the kill.
Yeah, everyone hit their spells, right? Kenvi got stunned, Diamond got the hook, even Array hitting that W. Man, even after Chime flashed out, still was in a lot of danger, and very good start for Supernova in this lane. You have to be careful not to let that Smolder start to scale. You see already Diamond getting off to an early lead in terms of CS department. He's able to teleport back. Continue to get even more tanky to help his team.
And I will say, Kenby did 3-camp into that bot lane dive, so he's still clearing his level 1 camps on the top side while Shaden took his respawn Raptor. So he is going to be a little behind in XP there. It was a risk, but I think it paid off beautifully that he's able to get this kill, that he's able to help his team secure kills. What's the question?
You see the wolf? He just like ran towards Array instead of...
Oh, I don't know. I've seen camps do some weird stuff, so I just kind of accept it at this point.
I saw Kenby farming the wolves, and there's just the big one running away from him, and he's going towards Array. I guess he tried to help Leash and ended up costing
the
Kenby
aggro,
a couple extra seconds.
That's okay. So overall, Kenby isn't too far behind. Now I'm wondering, Chime, he is getting a little bit of deep vision going, but it isn't going to be anything. It's not setting up a dive of any kind. And what I wanted to say earlier too, Kenby making a big risk to try and get himself in his bot lane ahead is a really cool thing to see. We talk about Kenby as a player. There was so much hype around him going into LCS, and when he played in Tier 2, I didn't see much of him, Graves. And when I didn't see him until he got to Immortals, and I'm not going to lie, I thought, oh wow, this guy's not that good. And then I realized now that he was not given the tools to succeed on that roster because he has been tearing it up since he came back to Challengers here on Supernova.
I mean, back when he was with 100 Thieves, well known, it's like the best carry jungler in Academy, in Tier 2, just waiting for that promotion. Then he goes up to the LCS, doesn't get as many resources, and now he's back on a team where he is able to get a little bit more gold now here on the Viego, starting up this Dragon. He's going to get forced out, at least for now, but here comes Shochi with the Weaver's Wall. That cuts off Shaden, that forces him to get flicked back
this is not good.
But now the health bars on Supernova are low. In comes Chime with a big engage. That's going to be Array picking up the first kill, though. And still, with a stolen away body, Kenby's going to be able to kill.
Died.
Nobody on Supernova is dead. Shochi flashes away from the inner flame, and it's just another 1-for-0 with FlyQuest taking the Dragon as a response.
Wow, I mean, considering how that situation started, it's pretty amazing to me that Supernova got a kill and walked away. Saving Graves for FlyQuest, they do get the first strike of the game, which means you do deny that's an early soul win condition for the side of Supernova. But still, honestly, you're not feeling too bad about that if you're Supernova.
Oh, absolutely not. You get another kill. I think Array was the one to pick that one up.
Yep.
And continuing to get the bottom lane here for SN ahead. Going to be good looks. And even though FlyQuest, they got the Dragon, that's a pretty big win for them, obviously. To help them at least a little bit, especially with the Smolder down there in the bottom lane. You're going to be happy with the gold advantage that Supernova have. Getting this Senna Nautilus ahead just a little bit more is always a good thing.
Yeah, and we've seen lately, too, with the farming Nautilus, how tanky he can be. How great of a frontline he is when he gets to actually farm and get a good amount of items. So he's going to be a great frontliner for the side of Supernova later on. And I'm curious to see if Array is going to take the opportunity to do what we see other Sennas do in this league, elsewhere, to roam towards that top side, try and apply some pressure there onto the Renekton, and try and help your top laner get some turret plays. It feels really impressive when it's done.
If it's done right, but if it's done wrong, then you just have like a level 4 center running around at 8 minutes and nothing ends up happening. So be careful a little bit. Diamond can definitely hold his own against the Smolder lane, at least for now, so would not be surprised to see that become a play. Maybe when the grubs spawn in a couple of minutes. We saw Shaden pick those up earlier on as the trade was made down bottom. So Supernova definitely going to want to make sure that they at least even it out a little bit.
Well, for now, after that last skirmish, things are slowing down a little bit. Faisal, he finds himself down roughly 20 CS against this Renekton, but besides that, he is mostly holding it down on the top side. And Kenby, again, he's just paying so much attention down bottom. We haven't seen a single gank actually come through from Shaden yet. We haven't really seen FlyQuest take full advantage of this really powerful duo of the Karma and the Xin Zhao. So the hope is that maybe now, after he gets the next set of grubs, because he has that pressure in mid and top, that we could see more plays come through.
And maybe a play around those grubs is what Supernova is looking for. You see Shochi chunking out getting chunked out a little bit here as Kenvy's there to respond. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Sejed is in a lot of trouble. The Mom comes out. It does heal him up at least a little bit for now. Array does not have the Dawning Shadow, so no chance at a long-range execution. So it looks like Sejed will be out for now. Now top lane has some ultimates being traded away. Surdy going to flash forward, not able to find the stun. In comes the body slam. Explosive cast nearly off cooldown. There it goes. Not enough damage yet to take Surdy down. Finds still has a flash. Can he find the solo kill? Looks like he's just going to leave him alone and make sure he does not die.
Wow, that one got really spicy there for the moment. Oh, okay. So both recalls ended up getting canceled.
Yeah, there was fights everywhere. There was fight mid, there was fight bot, there was fight top.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Nobody ends up going down at the end of the day.
That's fine. This is what I want to see, though, Graves. I want to see players scrapping it out back and forth, even if kills don't happen. But speaking of, yeah, Surdy's got that one unlocked.
That's the caster curse right there. Faisal used the body slam, and Surdy was right there to punish as he picks up a 1v1 kill in what was already a dominant top lane situation. Also allowing for Shaden to get all 6 grubs. So FlyQuest going to be able to equalize a little bit after Supernova. We're kind of taking control of that bottom side of the map.
There's going to be some good value there. I can already see Surdy, who should have some pretty good opportunities to knock down some turret plays, be hitting turrets to get some full value out of the 6 grubs, out of the void mice that are going to spawn. And the fact is, Supernova's gold lead, it's gone. Mostly through that one kill we saw from Surdy, and also through just good CS. You look at the solo laners, there's a pretty big lead from both Surdy and Quad, partially because just getting outlaned on the top side, and also because Shochi's been moving a lot to this bottom side river to help support the plays Kenvy's making in his bot lane.
And it'll all be okay for Supernova if they're able to win another good engage around the second dragon that's about to spawn. It looks like they're going to start a little bit early, as with Sejed not being able to crash the way fully under the tower, he has to flap away from getting a potential crash.
Yeah, so Shochi's going to get some damage down. The nice thing that Supernova have going for them is that they got some pretty good vision on this bottom side. Even in that tribe rush that has just been placed down, it does mean they should have an easier time trying to contest this next Drake, especially with Quad just walking back from recall. I'm expecting Supernova to maybe go for some kind of rush play. Try and blow somebody up as quickly as possible, get yourself a numbers advantage.
Top lane's fighting against Surdy, going to get locked under the tower. Faisal did not have the body slam, so will just be that one turret shot for now. But looks like Supernova's top laner fighting back a little bit once again. Here comes the Dominus. Surdy's going to be forced to blow the ulti. Faisal will have teleport for a potential fighter on the dragon, but it doesn't look like FlyQuest want to contest. It's Supernova evening the count up at 1.
Yeah, they're just going to let that one go, and I think that's fine. FlyQuest, you don't actually need to Drake stack for the soul. Getting the early one and delaying the soul stacking is really all that matters.
There's that turret plate you were mentioning. Surdy might even be able to pick up another one. He just actually going to get another solo kill instead. Faisal going a little bit too far forward and goes down without burning his flash.
Yeah, the Dawning Shadow came in just a little too late to save Faisal as well. And it's just been a great game from Surdy in the top side. And in a mostly just, actually, basically entirely isolated lane.
Yeah, I don't think Shaden's gone up there at all. It's been Surdy having a really solid laning phase. I mean, I feel like, you know, with FlyQuest continuing to just dominate all the games that they're able to play, we haven't really talked too much about Surdy this season, but he's continued to be one of the best top laners we have here. And speaking of his former teammate as well, Shaden looking for something onto Kenvy, and forcing him out of his own jungle.
It's another Raptors camp. He's going to try and contest. It's just been a brutal one. But the thing, too, FlyQuest have Shaden, I mentioned on the Xin Zhao, he hasn't actually done any ganks yet, and that's still true. You just put your finger over Surdy's KDA, and the rest of FlyQuest challengers haven't actually done anything this game. Even what Surdy's done has been isolated. And it's pretty crazy. Oh, hold on.
Oh, there's that center roam you were talking about here. Quad thought he could go on the aggressive, but it's actually him forced to flash away. Supernova getting a nice play there. Array getting a couple of extra souls as well. Some good damage. Not enough to take down the mid laner, though.
Oh, Kenvy.
There's another gank. Nice explosive cast right into the hands of Kenvy, but Surdy has the dominance. He's super tanky. Could do a lot of damage and waiting for Shaden to arrive to the fight. Here comes the teleport. It looks like it's going to be Shochi trying to join. Faisal has to flash away. Surdy's still alive, but finally Kenvy will shut him down. Now it's him in the stolen Renekton body.
Wow.
He's going to make it an easy double kill, and Supernova dominate the skirmish.
That's twice now that Supernova have really picked the good timing to go for these plays elsewhere. They wait for Quad to look for these recalls so that he's not able to actually participate in these skirmishes. It's worked out twice for them now, and now they picked up 2 kills as a result of it, and it's going to be a chance for Faisal to pick up some much-needed turret plates on top of it.
I feel like Faisal's had a couple of good opportunities from the 1v1. Now he gets a little bit of help and it works out.
Oh, bye, Shochi.
Speaking of 1v1, Shochi getting outplayed a little bit. Here comes Chime with the quickness, and he's able to finish it off and make sure that Shochi goes down.
And that's some hater energy right there. Uses the flash and ult to make sure, sorry buddy, you're not walking away from this one. Means that FlyQuest will have a chance to pretty much guaranteed secure this Rift Herald, but I think Supernova have something to say about it.
Hey, Kempi's still pretty strong. Array has the ultimate again. Chime going in, missing out on the grand entrance. Donnie's Shadow is big from Array, but it will be Surdy shutting down Kempi before he gets a reset. Fights on the teleport. Will find the first kill for Supernova onto Chime. Shading dashing forward, finding the knock up onto Array.
Wow.
Array gets bursted down, and FlyQuest Challengers will fly high here in the team fight. Fight still having to run away, using the explosive cast to try to escape, but Sajed will run him down. It'll be Quad finishing off the 4-0.
And then FlyQuest break this whole game wide open. We're going to see the immediate replay coming through here. They pull the trigger at just the right time. Faisal has been teleporting. He hasn't shown up yet until his jungler already goes down. And if there's no Kenvi, there's no resets. That's basically what this comp is all about here for Supernova. So FlyQuest, good on them to recognize that and blow him up as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, Kenvi and Supernova, they're the ones looking for the early one-shot, but if you're FlyQuest, you can get the one-shot on to the Viego, then all of a sudden you don't have to worry about that so much.
Pretty good.
Kenvi's been somebody who has gotten so much gold in these last couple of fights, getting kill after kill, reset after reset, and wasn't able to play that fight, basically at all.
And the great thing, too, even though FlyQuest in the first maybe 5-10 minutes weren't very active, hold on.
Looks like Supernova still on the aggression a little bit. Shochi's using the Weaver's Wall to force that wave under tower. Make sure Quad had to use a little bit of his dodging skills, dodgeball skills, to get away from the seismic shove. Still doing a lot with the Malignants. Very strong champion still. Yeah. Quad continuing to... He makes Karma look like a carry champion right now.
Yeah, and that aggressiveness, the aggression from Supernova is very necessary right now because they're in a tough spot. With that mid-tier 1 turret going down, they lost the top one as well. FlyQuest already have a big gold lead building for themselves, and they still have this big late-game win con in the Smolder. 160 stacks right now for Sajed, and he's only 16 minutes in the game.
Oh no, Diamond looking for the dredge line instead, finds the wall. Here comes the ulti from the Smolder. It'll just be Diamond to be the sacrifice here. Surdy goes on a killing spree. Looks like FlyQuest still looking for more. Faisal trying to use that explosive cast to push the members away, but he gets rooted up by the chain of Quad. It's a double kill in for Surdy, but Kempi will make a trade.
Kempi?
He dashes in comes a Heartbreaker, but Chime's able to dash away to safety again. Sajed picks up another kill, and it's once again FlyQuest coming out on top.
And they're going to go ahead and collect their prize. They don't need the Dragon Soul, but if it's going to be an easy pickup for them, they might as well start stacking. Supernova. The fights just aren't panning out for them. This time it's Diamond who fights off more than he can chew, just completely missing that hook onto Shaden. And you can see it. The big mantra Q from Quad. The mom coming through from Sajed. Shochi and Kenvi already lose so much of their health before this fight begins.
Yeah, there's a nice re-engage attempt there by Kenvi. You can see here finding that angle onto Shaden. And then watch Chime here. He's able to dodge away, make sure he doesn't get one shot. Calls for another reset.
Yeah, I really like that one. There's a world where Kenvi could have done something crazy. But Chime plays that fight out really nicely, and it's FlyQuest now walking away with their second Drake. 3,500 gold lead, and Surdy, he's looking for 300 more.
Yeah, he's 2 levels ahead of Faisal at this point. You know, he's tanky enough to not die in that 100-0 way like he might have been able to earlier on in this game, but Surdy absolutely going to be a problem here for Supernova. The rest of this game, you know, has his 2 items, a big shutdown on his back, and being a solid front line alongside some of the enchantments they have. Karma going to continue to beef him up. Very, very dangerous proc.
And that's right. Remember, he's working with 6 scrubs in his back pocket as well.
Oh yeah.
So he's he's able to do a lot of damage in the 1v1, whether it's in a fight to champions or knocking down turrets if you give him too much time alone with them. And with that Rift Herald as well, And Shaden now has another opportunity to just knock down the next tier 1. It could be used to set up the next Drake that's coming up in 3 minutes, which is going to be their sole point. He has options.
We'll see where Surdy decides to go. It looks like Supernova still maintaining that aggression. They find a nice hook and a chime, but the blast plant able to get him out to safety. Nothing able to find the mark right now for these engages that Diamond is looking for.
And it's just been so good for FlyQuest these last 10 minutes. And now Sajed, he, I think, hasn't even hit that threshold yet, the 225 stacks on Smolder, but he's getting close.
Yep.
And now we have a teleport. Oh, Shochi. I'm sorry, brother.
Well, he has to make a decision. Can he escape here with the Weaver's wall?
Yep,
The answer
they got
is
him.
no. Surdy, it's a nice call of the Meek over that wall. Shochi not able to go too far, and now the Crocodile is unstoppable here in this game.
And great catch out. Nice use of the teleport coming through from Surdy. Shoji just gets caught out, and it means that FlyQuest can hit 2 lanes at the same time here. Push up mid, push a wave top, and hit the Herald in the mid lane.
Yeah, they're using that Herald charge. Chime with a nice 2-man quickness. Diamond and Kenty both forced to try to escape, but it looks like only Diamond will be able to go down. A nice explosive cast, but it's still a 1-for-0 as FlyQuest have the 4v5 advantage. Rift Herald getting a second charge onto the tier 3, and FlyQuest going to continue to break this open. They could look for an inhibitor here at 20 minutes.
I mean, unless they plan to end the game soon, yeah, I was going to say, you just walk away and let that one go. That makes a lot more sense. You just don't want to give up a lane that you can't farm, give up a lot of golden XP with the super minions. So, I mean, it's a wise call to just go ahead and back off. It's still so much gold you just picked up. They want to recall and spend it, and we're at a point where FlyQuest could legitimately just start the Baron. Force Supernova to play onto them. Yeah. You got to be really careful about it, because again, you take too much damage. Kenby gets a kill, he starts resetting. Oh no. But other than that, FlyQuest still have the option. Maybe to bait a teleport, maybe to bait a favorable fight, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, FlyQuest, they work so well in the, an angle in a team fight where the enemy is engaging onto them, right? You can throw the Smolder ult out. Chime has so many opportunities to charm people, knock people up, and then when you're just playing this front to back, it's hard for anyone on Supernova to get onto the Smolder, which means you have to fight Surdy or Shaden, and that's not going well considering where they are at in terms of their itemization. Surdy now at 3 items. With that Sterix now completed, so he's going to be even beefier. Very tough to try to engage onto him or anybody on FlyQuest for that matter.
Well, they want to try it anyway. They have 3 members on the bottom side of the map. A lot of people showed mid, so this is the angle.
Yeah, nice dash away from Surdy. He gets away from the body slam. Teleport coming in from quad. They want to make sure that their top laner does try to get away, but no, it will be a shutdown over to Kenty.
It's another.
But Sajed has the stacks. It's already 2 kills though, and FlyQuest fall. Supernova take 3 for nothing.
Wow, that's such a huge fight for them. I mean, we're 30 seconds to the Drake, and we got 30 second spawn timers. I'm wondering if Supernova are just going to run it straight to the Baron.
Looks like that might be the angle they're looking for. If this happened 30 seconds later, they could have gone for the Infernal Dragon, tried to take that one down, but instead, with the cooldowns or the death timers on some of the biggest carries, and without any teleports on all of them, it looks like it will be the Baron, and I think they're going to have a good opportunity to get it.
Yeah, it's the right call. No teleports available for the side of FlyQuest Challengers. The 3 members who just died are only now walking out of the fountain. So it should be a guaranteed Baron buff for the side of Supernova, and just an incredible turnaround after a pretty tumultuous mid-game.
Yeah, they brought the gold all the way back to even beatdown. The cost likely going to be this Infernal Dragon and Soul Point for FlyQuest, but if you're Supernova, you're going to take that. You're going to try to make advantage of these next 3 minutes, get that gold into an even better position, make sure that Kenby is even more online, that Array and Diamond start to get going, and all of a sudden they're right back into this game. Yeah,
this third Drake for the side of FlyQuest. There's a small sacrifice for catching yourself up in this game, because now you're looking at a 300 gold deficit when it was 4,000 just 2 minutes ago, Graves. Oh, are we?
Oh, Chime pops the quickness. Is he looking for something? There's no low health members like Shochi was at last time around. You can't just burn all your summoner spells and get a kill for free. This time Chime is gonna have to use that ultimate for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, no local gold from the top tier 1, which feels a little bad, but you still have Baron buff to play with for 2 minutes. Someone has to go respond to Faisal, and it's going to be Surdy. only member of FlyQuest who actually has a teleport up. So I'm kind of liking how FlyQuest have spread themselves up across the map. They have 3 people hovering top to see if they can punish Shochi. They have Surdy answer bot lane, and because there's no wave mid, FlyQuest are really minimizing what damage Supernova could do with this buff. It's only up for another minute 30, and if there's going to be an angle, it's got to be here in mid lane.
Yeah, they have a nice wave to try and get some damage across. Surdy once again has his teleport, so could look to re-engage for a fight. You also have to always remember, Sajed has now hit that 225 stacks.
Oh yeah.
Will be able to dish out the executes if anybody on Supernova get too low. So have to continue to play with caution, make sure that they're taking things slow, and even though it might not get them like a ton, it is still this bottom lane tier 2, and there's another wave crashing in for Supernova to try to punish.
Yeah, still, it's slowly. That entire Baron buff. Oh, hold on. Let's see him play mid.
Oh, they're looking for something. The Weaver's Wall already going to cut off Quad. Here comes Kenvi as well as Faisal from opposite sides of the tower. Faisal just here to buy some space. That turret now in the mid lane chunked down to below half HP. But I don't think that Supernova are going to break it open. And albeit, all things said, not a bad Baron buff for FlyQuest. They only lost a couple of towers.
Yeah, I think they minimized it very well with the way they were playing their lane assignments. And still, Supernova were able to get that bot tier 2. Means now they have the gold lead back in their favor for the first time since like 5 minutes in the game. And the win cons are really still the same for the squad. You want to blow someone up ASAP, and you want to just get Kenvi resetting. The thing with FlyQuest, though, they do a lot of damage. Now the Sajed has hit that 225 stack threshold. He's getting towards item number 3. And the fact that this Renekton is so tanky, and you're playing with the Karma who could shield up the whole team, your ability to blow someone up in a straight-up 5v5 is not that ideal for Supernova. Even the last fight that got them to where they are. It was off a pick, remember, Graves?
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. They haven't won a full 5v5 team fight just yet. It was them trying to catch out Surdy, then too many members tried to retaliate, and without Shade and Chime there, it was just an easy 3 for 0, allowed for Supernova to get the Baron. So, in a 5v5, I think I still favor FlyQuest if they are able to play things right. Surdy is still so strong. Now picking up a Warden's Mail to make sure that, Kenvi is unable to do a ton of damage to him. Has that attack speed slow now with the Frozen Heart completed here for Shaden as well. So, things still pretty hard in a straight up 5v5. But if Supernova can continue to find these picks, if they can, make sure that FlyQuest aren't in their ideal fight situation, could go well for them.
I think we have a fight on the horizon as well. We saw a ping on the wave by somebody on the side of Supernova, so they may be looking to make a play mid lane. Look at the position of Shochi on the minimap. Yeah, he could drop a Reaver's Wall right here.
Yep, and at least forces Sajed and Shaden to be separated here. Might be enough to take down the turret, but instead it's going to be FlyQuest looking for an engaged. Chime with a great quickness forces Kenvi to use the ulti defensively. Diamond's still left out to dry. He's the tanky Nautilus though, and that extra farm is going to result in his life being saved. Tower still low.
Oh, they got him!
Here comes the shove, and Shaden goes down. Array the one to pick up the kill. Faisal still on the flank, looking for an opportunity, but it will just be Supernova getting that 1 kill and breaking open this mid lane tower.
And they got exactly what they wanted, Graves. The mid tier 1, the play that they set up for was a success, and they have perfect control over this bottom side of the map. It's not in time yet, as we're 45 seconds from the next Drake, but now they have time to back still, send their gold, and they will be right on time to prevent FlyQuest Soul from coming through.
3 items now on Kenvi. He's able to pick up an elixir. Supernova, they're stocking up. They know that this fight is super important. It is Infernal Soul on the line if FlyQuest are able to come out on top. That was a good start, finding a nice pick. Start to, get Supernova back into the driver's seat, but they still have a lot more work to do.
And remember, guys, FlyQuest still in a pretty good position to get themselves back into first place, but Supernova winning this game could be step 1 to playing spoiler to everyone's expectations of FlyQuest being the best team in the league.
Yeah, nice seismic shove from Shochi. Forces Chime to dash away. Diamond going to start the engage. Shaden's already chunked to half HP. Still at the flash and the Crescent Guard.
Oh, he's gone!
Huge cast coming out, but here comes the executes from Smolder. Sajed already able to pick up 1. It's a 1-for-1 so far. Faisal flashing away. Mom coming out, but not enough to execute the Gragas. Looks like Faisal still able to get onto the escape. Chime gonna dash forward. That's another kill over to Sajed. It's a 2-for-1. Both junglers are down. The Dragon still remains a major threat. Quad flashing forward. Shochi gonna get rooted up. The Seraphs has been popped. and Simon will have to use his flash as well.
Nice.
Shochi able to get the kill on the quad, but it will be responded to once again by Chime. Numbers advantage in favor of FlyQuest. They're headed towards the Infernal Soul.
And we're just seeing example after example. If you go jungler for jungler, that heavily favors FlyQuest, but they're not done.
Array had to flash away already. Surdy gonna match with a summoner spell of his own. Sajed gets one, and Array's forced to run for the hills. Surdy dashes forward, picks up the big shutdown, and a delayed ace comes through from FlyQuest. The soul belongs to them.
Supernova tried, but they couldn't prevent this Infernal Soul from coming through. Now, FlyQuest are in even better position to close this game out. And watch Kenvi. They thought they had the angle onto Shaden. If they could blow him up, get Kenvi resetting, that is how this comp works. But unfortunately, the execute comes through from Sajed. And as soon as you lose Kenvi, your entire team comp falls apart. This just doesn't work anymore. And you can see it here. They're trying to run away. They're trying to back off so that they can buy time for this Drake fight. But it just doesn't work.
Yeah, and you see Quad going for an aggressive play from Shochi. Even though he ends up going down at the end, it's enough to make Supernova have zero chance of going for that soul. So now FlyQuest with a massive advantage, even though the gold is still actually pretty close. Supernova technically actually in the lead, albeit just by a couple of hundred. Just take a look at where things are allocated. So Jed and Surdy really, really strong in this game.
Yeah, that's right, but Kenvi, the carry, also has a lot of gold himself, and they're trying to make it happen.
Oh, look at Shochi. He finds the seismic shove. Sajed has to flash away from Dawning Shadow. He is completely singled out. 1v5. Everybody on Supernova looking for him. Smolder's strong. I don't know if he's this strong, though. Kenvi looking to chase him down. They are going to try and corner him. Sajed dashing over the wall, looking for some sort of miracle escape. The use of the blast cone, he is running deep into Supernova territory, trying to delay his death for as long as possible, but he will end up falling, and Kenvi gets a big chunk of gold.
It's a pretty long spawn timer too, 48 seconds there, Graves. Could there be an angle for Supernova to try and at least set up for the Baron when so much of their damage is off the map? Surely FlyQuest won't actually be able to do anything about it. They're going to poke, but ultimately they will have to acquiesce.
Just like how Kenvi is a big part of Supernova's team, Sajed is a big part of FlyQuest. If there's no backline to protect, things start to fall apart. It's Supernova starting up the Baron. Chime is on the flank, and Shochi looking to join his team as well, but he gets cut off by Shaden.
Yeah, it's going to come down to a 50-50. Sajed has teleport, so they got to do this quick.
Here they go, they're hooking him in. Shochi has to flash over the wall to prevent the engage from coming through. Crescent Guard buying so much space, and a big inner flame out of quad will chunk the health bars of Supernova. Now they gotta be careful. Here comes the teleport,
I think this
and
is
the dragon is angry and looking for revenge. Supernova on the escape, and FlyQuest are looking to chase him down.
Oh, this one is tough. As soon as there are any eyes on the side of Supernova, FlyQuest can just pull that trigger. They got the teleports out. Shochi's back to full health.
Playing on the wrong sides of the map. Shochi gets chunked out once again. And it looks like Supernova going to force FlyQuest away from the Baron. So nothing ends up happening, but that was a good opportunity for Supernova to maybe punish after Sajed goes down and FlyQuest prevent it.
That's right, they stall long enough for the teleport to come through. As long as they can walk away, Supernova will get a chance to fight another day. The fear was for them was maybe they get taken out by Sajed after the teleport, and they just go, FlyQuest just goes to Baron and end. And I mean, yeah, you got an angle here. Okay, I was going to say, I'm sorry, bro, that flank wasn't it. You needed to go, so good job, respect.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would have respected it if he went for a play. It probably wouldn't have worked out very well. Hey, this is actually... Remember, this is FlyQuest against his old team. He was on this FlyQuest Challengers team last split. Had a good season for them. Unfortunately, was now on Supernova, and now looking to make some punishment on the other side against his former team. Shochi has the Ignite ticking down on him, and he will go down to Chime. Faisal has to fight 1v2. He knows the rest of the cavalry's on his way, and he can only move his fat belly away. Gonna get knocked up again by Chime. In comes Shaden as well with the Audacious Charge. Things are not looking so good here for Faisal. Gonna be able to run away for now. Has a lot of health bar and the rest of his team here to support.
This is a perfect chance. FlyQuest, you see the teleports coming through. They can just start the Baron. Shochi is down for 30 seconds. He has no teleport. He'll have to use the Weaver's Wall to join once he comes back from the respawn. But FlyQuest... Okay, they are gonna start it.
Maybe delayed enough. Faisal's at the back, reset, pick up some items, and teleport right back to the fight. Kenvi does have flash and the upgraded smite. A lot of damage can be done if he's able to get over the wall successfully. Surdy has found Faisal, and the former FlyQuest top laner is in a whole lot of trouble. Here comes the Smolder, and Sajed picks it up. Now it's a 3v5 around the worm. Oh no, here comes more. Here's the engage. Already it can be fallen. A big seismic shove, but it doesn't matter when the main carry of Supernova is down for the count. Shaden lands, the wind becomes lightning, and Array has to flash away. It's a triple kill for Sajed. They're looking for more. They find another one on a Shochi, and only Array is alive. FlyQuest Challengers pushing for the end.
Supernova, they made it look good for a bit, but ultimately FlyQuest are too strong, Grapes. The Zen Karma was too strong, and Sajed scaling was too strong. Now they're going to be able to knock down the Nexus turrets, and they're going to put Supernova at match point.
One last kill onto Array to finish it off, as our LCS affiliates are looking pretty good here tonight. Beat down 3-0 they are as FlyQuest take game 1.
And it's just games like this, Grapes, you really feel like this FlyQuest squad are unbeatable, because even when it looks like a team is starting to bring it back, FlyQuest, they pull it right back. They pull the control right back from their hands.
Yeah, it looked like Supernova was in pretty good control, but after Shochi went down, it was just a very easy opportunity to win that fight. We got the replay here, Beat. We can walk through that final fight. Faisal just maybe going a little bit too far forward, allowed for that first kill to go down.
You have to do something, because this Baron basically spells the end of the game if FlyQuest get it uncontested. But remember, no teleport on Shochi. He has to use the ultimate to join, but this whole time it was that 4v5. And once Faisal goes down, this was never going to work. So of course Chime knows they can just full send it as soon as he sees them.
Yeah, and a really good engage there by Chime. Sajed able to one-shot the Viego again. We kept talking about these resets potentially happening, but can't we just die too quick in a lot of these 5v5s?
Yeah, and then there are some moments of overzealousness too. I recall that fight in the mid lane where they overcommit to try and kill Shaden to blow him up, and the damage from Smolder was too good. The whole time Sajed was in a pretty safe spot, and once he hit that stack threshold, he was just putting in all this DPS unencumbered.
Yeah, great work from Sajed, Surdy, and the rest of FlyQuest Challengers. We'll see if Supernova are able to fight back, but before we do so, gotta head to a short break. We'll see you soon.
Introducing the new foot-long sidekicks at Subway. Try the warm and delicious foot-long cookie, foot-long pretzel, or foot-long churro.
Everybody in Twitch chat.
Look at the
This
camera.
is the guy. This is the guy making the run to the LCS, to the LCS Challengers League. Round of applause for Scary Jerry.
Shout out Collegiate. We're coming for everybody. We're going to win. Also, Choco's been in the Twitch chat of every match that we've had, so shout out to him. He's our biggest fan.
Nice.
Can't wait to take St. Thomas out in the finals.
Kind of going back to the Lucian item here in the bot side, this sets up really nice for Lucian's ultimate, because the support item he'll grab is the damage amp, so you throw down that auto, you know, you get the slow, you pump your ult, oh boy.
Flash, doesn't matter if you die, and Wixie gets pierced through the heart. Victory in your first series of the split. It's a little bit of a top kingdom, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he was completely capped both games. He was just a slaughter, what can I say? But it's really good to see you guys again.
Top laner is going to show up as teleports are channeled. Now jumping in is Jenkins right onto Chime. Bleeds him down so damn quickly. Quad is here. And a double kill as the sword slices down from Surdy.
I want to go to you as an individual, as we do see the Grim Reaper running around behind you. Thank you, Shochi, for being the mascot for the team. Still clumped up. They haven't gone down yet. Shochi's just free firing. Jumps in. Over the knockup from Niles. No knockup combo for Spyrax to look for, and he even goes down. Shochi with a double kill, making a triple kill. Reset City versus Supernova's mid laner. Quadra kill to Shochi, and they will ace Maryville.
There is a reason that I said it's going to be a Shochi specialty game. The future of the LCS starts right after the LCS. Welcome to Challengers League.